Hey folks, welcome back to What the Fudge is Going On. Today, we're diving into a Reddit post that suggests the US and Russia have more in common than either country wants to admit. The original poster points out similarities like deriving national pride from the past, bullying neighbors, aggressive military interventions, and having legislative bodies that just cheer on the president. They also mention big oil and gas industries, paths toward international isolation, and billionaires with too much influence. And, as an American, the OP is understandably uncomfortable with these comparisons, asking others to change their view. So, let's break this down, shall we?
Absolutely, April. I think it's an interesting point because both countries do have these historical and geopolitical similarities. However, the real question is whether these similarities make them fundamentally alike, or if they just happen to share certain characteristics.
I mean, come on, Adam. If we dig deep enough, we can probably find similarities between the US and a toaster. Oh, look, both get heated at the press of a button. But seriously, isn't it human nature to draw pride from past accomplishments? I mean, my high school basketball trophy still makes me beam.
Sam, you're a beacon of optimism, as always. But the OP makes a valid point about the legislative bodies being more like cheerleaders. I mean, it's like watching a sporting event where everyone's rooting for the home team, regardless of how well they're actually playing.
True, but isn't it also a bit oversimplified? For instance, the argument about isolationism and annexation doesn't hold the same way for both countries if we consider recent history. The U.S. has had different foreign policy dynamics compared to Russia.
Yeah, but let's not forget the comment from Reddit about how almost every country shares these traits. It's like a spot the difference puzzle with only a few differences between countries. Maybe it's not just about the U.S. and Russia. Perhaps it's a broader commentary on global politics.
And then there's the perspective that Russians might actually think they're similar to Americans, while Americans tend to deny it. So is the OP's premise a bit flawed?
Perhaps, but it does open up a dialogue about self-awareness and how nations perceive themselves versus how they're perceived by others. The beauty of such a discussion is in the diversity of opinions.
Exactly. And let's not forget the edgy pseudo-intellectuals who love to post without grasping context. We should invite them to the podcast. They'd fit right in.
Well, before we end up with an actual debate team in here, let's wrap this up. What do you guys think? Are the US and Russia more similar than we'd like to believe, or is this just a case of drawing broad parallels? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to share your own unique perspectives. Until next time, keep questioning everything.